Hey guys, welcome back to AT Gameplay, and we are back with Cinderella Phenomenon, Rod's Route still. We find out that for some reason the king is keeping our room the same way and even dusted, which is interesting. Makes me wonder, does he still kind of remember us, or... I don't know, it's just weird. Right now, Emmeline wanted us to come help her pick up some delivered packages, so let's see what happens. I begrudgingly follow Emmeline toward the entrance, and there I see the delivery carriage, a familiar person standing beside it. Viorca! Emmeline pulls Viorca into a tight hug. I turn my attention away to glare at the number of boxes in the back of the carriage. I will no doubt have to help carry them inside. How are the preparations for the ball coming? Emmeline's smile seems forced at first, but then she eases into something softer. It's going well, I suppose. How about the wedding? Desmond and I have finalized the date. It'll be 2 days after your ball. I can't wait to see you in your wedding dress. These two always talk so much when they get together. I ignore their chatter as I walk up to the carriage and observe the boxes piled inside. What is in the boxes? Oh. Viorca reaches out to grab one. She hands it to me. I am helping with the ball decorations. I came by with part of the order today. Part of it? Careful, it's a bit heavy. I take the box from her hands and nearly stumble. This is heavy. Emmeline should have the male servants do this. Queen Ophelia placed quite a large order. I brought the more fragile decorations first. Oh, the glass baubles and vases? I grit my teeth as I shift the box in my arms in an attempt to make it easier to hold. I thought you worked at a toy shop. Yes, but we also have aisles dedicated specifically for party decorations. What kind of toy shop is that? Lucette, will you be all right? I feel annoyance simmer within me. I am obviously not all right. Emmeline reaches out to help me with the box, but she's too late. I have only taken one step forward when the box slides and I stumble. I manage to cradle it in my arms, but its weight is too much for me. Before I hit the ground, I feel strong arms around my waist, pulling me back upright. The box is taken from me. Oh, look at that. My heart and mind are racing, and for a moment I cannot comprehend what has just happened. Are you all right? Rod? I glance to the side, and I'm shocked to see Rod standing there. And little Sebby, I love Sebby. The expression on his face gives nothing away, but with our close distance, I can see some flicker of emotion in his bright eyes. Concern? I am. Lucette, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Rod pushes me and I stumble forward, almost tripping on the ground. He raises an eyebrow at me. Know your limits, Lucette. We are going to stay silent, says I glare at him as anger begins to bubble up in my chest, so I stay silent. I clench my fists and take a deep breath and try to calm myself. I will not stoop to his level. He is the one being cruel here, not me. You shouldn't have stubbornly tried to carry something that was too heavy for you. I will not take responsibility if you get hurt. Rod, you shouldn't be angry with her for trying to help me. It was my fault for giving her something so heavy. Viorca, what are you doing here? Rod's voice is still cold. Viorca looks startled by his tone. I only came to deliver some of the decorations for the ball. And you thought Emmeline and her maid could carry these things on their own? Rod, this is not her fault. I am the one who chose to bring Lucette with me. I underestimated the size of the delivery. Viorca was just delivering the supplies. At least she admits her mistakes. I never thought Rod would be so stubborn. Emmeline's expression softens as she looks at her brother. She looks sad. Rod ignores her and picks up the box that I had been carrying. He begins to walk away before he suddenly stops and glances back at me. Come on. Rod? We're going to call some servants to carry these boxes in. He turns around and begins to walk away. I am Emmeline's personal maid, not his. I glance at Emmeline, who nods her head. I really am sorry. Thank you for helping my brother, Lucette. I curtsy ever so slightly before running after Rod. Oh, sorry, I had a hiccup there for a second. Rod, wait. He picks up his pace, as if trying to lose me. I turn the corner and barely stop myself before running right into Rod's back. What now? Why are you so angry at me today? I've barely even spoken to you. Your mere presence is enough to darken my mood. I glare at him and cross my arms. Fenny, you call me cruel, but right now, you are worse than I ever was. I don't need someone who hasn't even managed a single good deed to lecture me. I have to try very hard to resist the urge to slap him. You were supposed to help me with a good deed. As I said before, I never agreed to this. I still refuse to help you. Rod starts walking again, and I hurry after him. I cannot help but recall how cold he was with Viorica earlier. I thought they were friends, but he treated her like this at the toy shop, too. Why were you so angry with Viorica earlier? No reason. I raise an eyebrow at Rod quickly, as Rod quickly answers the question. Then you were cold for no reason. You have such a princely disposition. Rod frowns, but no rebuttal for my words. You must be generally cold and unfriendly. Excuse me? That would explain why you treated Viorica as you did. I had thought that you two were childhood friends. Viorica was always closer with Emmeline than with me. We may have been friendly once, but we've since become distant. Distant? It's none of your business. I pause as we pass by my door, remembering that I left both the fabrics and Delora inside. I make my way toward the door and open it. What are you doing? None of your business. Enjoyed your field trip? I frown when I see her sitting on my bed in human form. What would you have done if it wasn't me? Us witches have a sense of these things. Delora? Rod slowly enters the room. It's nice to see you here, Lady Delora. Nice to see you too, little Sebby. Why are you here? Delora shrugs as she inspects her nails. I thought I would help the princess since someone doesn't seem very willing. Rod furrows his eyebrows at her. I didn't... Yes, I know, you didn't sign up for this, blah, blah, blah. But, do you really think you have a choice, Rod? Delora looks at Rod pointedly. You know the consequences if this fails. Rod looks away, expression conflicted. Consequences? What are you talking about? Consequences for not helping me with my curse? Rod sighs heavily before turning back to Delora. He does not pay attention to me. I'm not the right person for this. Doesn't matter what you think. The princess thought you were. So, suck it up and do your job. Awesome, Delora. Rod is silent for a few moments before he finally faces me, looking resigned. I will help you then, but don't expect me to change my opinions of you. I shrug at him. It's not like I was expecting you to do it in the first place. Delora grins with clear triumph. Good talk. Rod sighs. In order to achieve your good deeds, you're going to need to mend what you broke before. I feel I already know what he's going to say. My sister has always wanted to be your friend, So you must do just that. Show her kindness, and you may be able to get your first good deed through her. Show her kindness, huh? Delora decides to stay in my room for the time being, saying that she believes Rod will be able to help me for now. Later, I make my way to the dining room with the fabrics and see Emmeline and Ophelia inside. Lucette! Ah, I see you have the fabric. Thank you. Ophelia takes the topmost sample of the fabric and begins to inspect it as Emmeline walks up to me. Where's Rod? He returned to his studies. Oh, right. He has history lessons today, and I am yet to finish my history homework, which is due tomorrow. As Emmeline muses aloud, I ponder what Rod told me earlier. I must become Emmeline's friend. But is that really a good deed? I hope Rod didn't send the servants out before he went back to his room. I wanted to tell him that Bjorka and I had already called on guards to bring the boxes inside. Maybe he decided to start his lessons earlier so that he could make your dance lesson this evening. Dance lesson? Father wanted to hire the best... Oh, wait. Wrong person. Father wanted to hire the best dance instructor in Angel, but I honestly feel more comfortable with Rod teaching me. He's a good dancer, so Father has allowed it. That is a surprise. I did not know Rod could dance. He used to prefer singing, but then... Ophelia trails off. I know that she is talking about the fairy tale curse, but I do not expect her to divulge such information to a maid like myself. He decided to focus on his dancing for the past few months. Ophelia, oh my god, I'm like, it's almost like I'm mumbling instead of talking. Ophelia glances down at the fabric, then looks up and smiles at me. Lucette, would you mind helping me with this? I obediently walk over to the fabrics. Ophelia wants me to look through. They are apparently samples of the tablecloth that will be used during the ball. I'm going to stop this here because it seems like my mouth is just not working right today when it comes to talking. Anyway, so hopefully the next video I won't be stumbling over words like I am right now. So I'll let you go. See you in the next video. Bye!